A comedian came to town the other night. I guess I should say a professional, nationally known comedian came to town to do a show. Because a lot of comedians come to town all the time, if you know what I mean. But a top-level touring pro, I haven't heard of one since the last time Seinfeld was in town. He comes around about every 5 or 6 years, like God checking out how creation is doing. Remember me? For a while, years ago, we had lots of comedians, all the time. Bevies, clusters, coveys, congregations of comedians. That's when all the comedy clubs were open, a heyday for comedy. Now they're all closed. Maybe there's one that's still open, Giggles or Chuckles or Ha Ha Ha, something like that. And so there are fewer working comedians because when you lose the watering holes, you thin the herd. But now I think we'll start seeing more comedians once again because the casino downtown just opened, and that casino needs to book performers to draw the crowds of people, many of whom will also play the games of chance. Why not? Just for fun, as long as we're here. We have a lot of casinos now. The casino industry is booming. We have as many casinos as we once had comedy clubs. We have the new one downtown, 2 or 3 on riverboats, and several others within driving distance. Plus you can play slots at the racetracks, racinos, that's what they're calling them. And for those who still can't get enough action, there's always the state lottery and the internet. Gambling, they like to call themselves gaming, is hot right now. I like to think of the casinos as the big buzzards feeding on the dying carrion of the rotten economy. Anyway, all of these venues will be needing performers, drawing cards, and that's good news for comedians who are not named Seinfeld. Those who are not at the top of the chain, those who can't fill concert halls or coliseums at $100 a seat. And also performers, mostly singers, who were maybe medium warm for a while back in their day, or had one minor hit with an infectious beat that a few people can still recall. Now they get top billing. They're headliners, their careers resurrected. The comedian who was here the other night is a prime example of what I mean when I refer to a comic who is not right at the top. He does have a presence on TV, he's in a sitcom that's about to be canceled, and he also has a gig with a comedy channel in which he pokes fun at other people. Pretty much that's his shtick. That summarizes his approach to comedy. He makes fun of other people, including the audience. Audiences always get a kick out of that when the performer is brash enough to remind them that they don't know shit. The guy gets his laughs by doing that, by putting other people down. He's honed his sarcasm until it's like a cop's nightstick. He can bash anything. He's like the joker in high school who makes fun of the kid whose face is all lit up with zits, or the girl with braces on her teeth, bad hair, and no tits. He goes for the easy targets, the one who knows that the one he knows everyone will laugh at. He really doesn't have to make up jokes. That isn't necessary. He just brings up his targets, merely mentions them, and people will laugh. When it comes to easy targets, our culture is a fertile breeding ground. All you have to do is run a quick survey of the people who appear on television, especially on the reality shows, the cable reality shows, and you have a list of tantalizing targets too numerous to squeeze into one evening's performance. Comedians are hunters. A great comedian is a trained marksman, like a skeet shooter. He works with aim, precision, timing, and delivery. Plus, he's always coming up with something unexpected. He doesn't fire at clay pigeons. He hunts big game. There's an element of danger involved. Lesser comics, like the one in the casino, are bottom feeders. He revels in the familiar. He serves up the dependable burgers and fries, zinging away at his string of hapless targets, like shooting fish in a barrel, as they used to say, or stepping on caterpillars. He'll be appearing in what they call the ballroom, a big empty space that's waiting for a party or a wedding if anybody wants to get married in a casino. They call it the ballroom, but they've never held a ball there, and they never will. So it's really the no-balls room, the perfect place for nutless humor. The gambling takes place downstairs on the main floor. In the no-balls room, all the jokes are guaranteed. Sure things. It's easy work, almost mindless, and in doing it, the casino comic operates on the level of those he pretends to deplore. That realization, if it comes to him, won't bother him much. Times are good for him right now, even if they do cancel his sitcom. He's getting a lot of work these days. He's booked solid. In case you haven't noticed, there are a lot of casinos out there.